Police released sketches of suspects in Portland shooting. Police have issued composite sketches of two men wanted in connection with a brazen daylight shooting in Mount Herman, Swift River, Portland, that left a pedestrian injured on Wednesday, February 4. According to police reports, the incident occurred around 3 p.m. when a man was walking along the roadway in the community. Witnesses stated that a gray Suzuki Swift motor car pulled up nearby, at which point a passenger allegedly exited the vehicle and opened fire on the pedestrian. The gunman reportedly struck the victim before fleeing the scene in the waiting vehicle. The injured man's current condition has not been disclosed by authorities. Following the attack, police moved swiftly to canvass the area and interview witnesses. Using detailed descriptions provided by those who saw the incident unfold, investigators were able to develop composite sketches of the two suspects now being sought in connection with the shooting. In a statement released to the public, law enforcement officials are urging the men to surrender immediately. They are instructed to turn themselves in at the Port Antonio Criminal Investigation Branch or any nearby police station without delay. Authorities are also appealing to the public for assistance in identifying and locating the suspects. Anyone with information that could aid the investigation is encouraged to contact the Port Antonio CIB directly at 876-715-0013. Police emphasize that even the smallest piece of information could prove crucial in bringing the perpetrators to justice and ensuring the safety of the Mount Herman community. "20-year-old Brittany Onfroy of Central Road, Greenwich Town, Kingston 13, has been missing since Saturday, February 14. She is of brown complexion, medium build, and is about 5 feet 5 inches tall. Reports from the Hunts Bay Police are that about 7 p.m. Onfroy was last seen at home wearing a white blouse and ripped jeans. She has not been heard from since. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of Brittany Onfroy is asked to contact the Hunts Bay Police at 876-923-7111, the police emergency number, or the nearest police station. Three fast food workers charged in Manchester card skimming Bitcoin scheme. 3 employees of a fast food restaurant in Manchester have been arrested and charged following an alleged scheme in which they used stolen customer credit and debit card information to purchase cryptocurrency. The police have identified the accused as 20-year-old cashier Abigail Preddy, along with 22-year-old Shane Williams and 29-year-old Shaquiel Salmon, all of whom reside in Manchester. The trio faces a battery of charges, including unauthorized access to computer data, simple larceny, conspiracy to defraud, and engaging in a transaction involving criminal property. According to law enforcement authorities, the arrests were made over the weekend following an operation triggered by a complaint from a client of a major bank. The customer reported unauthorized transactions from their account amounting to over $600,000. Investigations revealed that the scheme allegedly operated from the drive-through section of the fast food outlet. It is believed that Williams photographed the card details of unsuspecting customers as they made purchases. The stolen financial data was then used to make online purchases of the cryptocurrency Bitcoin from overseas merchants. The police statement alleges that the Bitcoin was subsequently resold and the funds were laundered back into accounts in Jamaica, thereby concealing the origins of the money. The police have indicated that investigations are ongoing and that they are partnering with the affected bank as they work to determine the full scope of the operation and whether any other individuals were involved. Police in St. Anne seize firearm and ammunition in Discovery Bay. Law enforcement authorities are continuing their investigations following the discovery of a prohibited firearm along a roadway in this northern coastal town on Saturday. Reports from the St. Ann Police indicate that the seizure occurred on Fortland Road in Discovery Bay on February 14. According to police statements, a team of officers was conducting operations in the area when they came upon a Taurus 9mm pistol. Upon closer inspection, it was discovered that the weapon was loaded with a magazine containing 6 rounds of ammunition. The scene was processed by the police, and the weapon and ammunition were subsequently confiscated. Despite the find, no arrests have been made in direct connection with the seizure as of the latest update. Authorities have stated that investigations into the matter are ongoing as they work to determine the ownership and intended use of the firearm. Tragic crash claims life of ice cream vendor in downtown Kingston. A vibrant ice cream shop operator has tragically lost her life after a late-night collision along King Street sent a vehicle careening onto the sidewalk where she was seated. The deceased has been identified as Tamara Manning, a resident of Fletcher's Land who operated her business in the bustling downtown Kingston. The fatal incident occurred around 10 p.m. on Saturday. According to police reports, Manning was seated on the sidewalk outside her ice cream establishment when 2 vehicles collided along the busy roadway. The force of the impact caused one of the cars to veer off course, mounting the sidewalk and striking the unsuspecting vendor. Emergency responders rushed Manning to hospital, where medical personnel later pronounced her dead. Preliminary investigations, aided by CCTV footage of the incident, suggest the crash unfolded after one motorist attempted to overtake another vehicle along the typically active commercial strip. The tragedy has sent shockwaves through the Fletcher's Land community, where Manning was known as a familiar face who served customers from her sidewalk spot. Local residents and fellow vendors have expressed grief over the sudden loss. Authorities continue to investigate the circumstances surrounding the fatal collision. Jamaica records deadliest week of the year as homicides surge. A recent surge in violence has made the week of February 8 to 14 the deadliest of the year so far, according to the latest serious crime statistics released by the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Data shows that 19 people were murdered during that week, closely following the 18 killings recorded during the previous week, February 1 to 7. The combined total of 37 homicides over the 2-week period has already surpassed the 33 murders reported for the entire month of January, signaling a sharp escalation in bloodshed. Despite the recent spike, the overall murder tally for the year stood at 70 as of February 14. This figure still represents a 26% decline compared to the same period last year. However, it marks a significant erosion of gains made earlier in the year. At the end of January, the year-on-year reduction stood at a more robust 55%. The St. Andrew South Police Division remains the epicenter of the violence, recording 10 homicides so far this year, the only division currently in double digits. It is followed by St. James with 9, St. Elizabeth with 6, and Manchester and Clarendon with 5 each. While the country grapples with the violence, 2 divisions, Kingston Central and St. Andrew North, remain homicide-free for the year. The human toll of the violence was particularly stark last week, with women and children among the victims. Approximately 6 females were murdered during the period under review, including 4-year-old Sania O'Brien, who was killed in Mandeville on February 8. Other notable incidents include a double murder in Bayshore Park, Kingston, on February 12, a separate homicide in the St. Mary Police Division on February 9, and the killing of Jamaica Defence Force Private Daniel Crawford on February 10 on Stephen Lane off Waltham Park Road. As the violence flared, Commissioner of Police Dr. Kevin Blake addressed the situation in his weekly Commissioner's Corner column, urging the public and his officers to keep the focus on the broader mission. He cautioned that while statistical progress is being made, it must not overshadow the real-world consequences of crime. He stressed the need to critically examine every incident, particularly where offenders exploit perceived vulnerabilities. Acknowledging the several instances of multiple shootings and murders over the past 2 weeks, Dr. Blake used the column to rally the security forces. Despite the recent surge in homicides, police data shows that other major crimes including shootings, robberies, rapes, and break-ins have all declined year on year as of February 14. Police authorities maintain that overall major crimes remain significantly lower than last year, even as they intensify investigative efforts in the divisions most affected by the recent wave of killings.
Born William Anthony Mirage on June 25, 1963, known by his stage name Super Cat, is a Jamaican dancehall DJ who rose to prominence in the late 1980s. Known for his charismatic stage presence and distinctive voice, Super Cat played a crucial role in shaping the dancehall genre and establishing it on the international stage. Super Cat was born in Kingston, Jamaica, and grew up in the notorious ghetto of Cockburn Pen. His early exposure to the vibrant Jamaican music scene fueled his passion for music, and he began honing his skills as a DJ on local sound systems. In the mid-1980s, Super Cat gained attention for his unique style and lyrical prowess. He quickly became a sought-after performer on various sound systems, including Kilimanjaro and Black Scorpio. His breakthrough came with the release of the album Boops in 1985, featuring the hit single of the same name. Super Cat's success wasn't confined to Jamaica. He gained international recognition with tracks like Ghetto Red Hot and Don Dada. His fusion of dancehall and hip-hop elements appealed to a diverse audience, and he collaborated with prominent artists such as Heavy D and Frankie Paul. His energetic performances and clever lyrics made him a trailblazer in the dancehall scene. Super Cat played a pivotal role in popularizing dancehall music globally. His influence can be heard in the work of subsequent generations of dancehall artists, and his contribution to the genre's evolution is widely acknowledged. Super Cat's legacy extends beyond his music as he paved the way for Jamaican artists to break into the mainstream music industry and demonstrated that dancehall had the power to transcend cultural boundaries. His impact on the genre and the global music landscape remains significant. Despite a period of relative quiet in the late 1990s, Super Cat's contributions to dancehall are celebrated, and he continues to be regarded as one of the genre's legendary figures.
You give me pause, we're on the dance, so you don't tell us how it's